Oh, you couldn't get much better than this, could you? It is literally the elite versus the elite. The Sydney Kings taking on the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Kings, obviously the best defensive side in the NBL. Phoenix, the best offensive team. And it could be an absolute battle. So we've opened up the Dabble app. First thing, of course, you should do, set that deposit limit. I've placed this 3-pick pick'em. Of course, you can hit the copy bet button if you like it. Enjoy tonight's game, and I'll catch you next time.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Great to be with you here for the Hungry Jacks NBL Monday Night Hoops in Sydney. The Kings taking on the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. The fans are pumped for this one, and so are we. Two of the best defensive teams in the competition, two of the fastest teams, and did I mention, two of the most lethal scorers in the league.
Nathan Sobey.
Nathan Sobey.
Nathan Sobey.
Playing the best basketball of his career.
Probably having a career best year.
And he is an MVP conversation.
He's a legitimate MVP candidate.
It's all about Nathan Sobey.
This devastating point guard, Kendrick Davis, the 25-year-old out of Houston, Texas, is on a tear.
He has made such an incredible impact since he's arrived here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. And when the votes get counted at the end of the season, you would imagine that Kendrick Davis will once again be high in the MVP voting.
Oh my goodness, Nathan Sobey. Sobey's not holding back, Jack.
Davis, what a move! Davis just toying with the little jumper from the baseline. Sobey over the top of Kendrick Davis.
Davis right back at him.
Oh,
here we go.
Nathan Sobey and Kendrick Davis. It's been festering for most of the night, and it very nearly boiled over. He's still hunting. He'd love nothing better than be the one to send the Kings on their way. The Phoenix are firing on all cylinders, and they get the job done over the Sydney Kings.
Two of the stars of the competition, both had monster games the last time these teams met. What can they dish up tonight? Great to be with you. I'm Joe Healy, alongside Jace Kadee and Brad Rosen, guys. This is going to be an absolute cracker. No full qual for the Sydney Kings, though, but what are you expecting?
No, it's a big out because he's been a big part of what they've done. But Brad asks me every week, do I miss basketball? And when I drove in today for a game like this, I miss basketball.
Well, we see how close it is. Just look at that Mitsubishi Motors ladder, and you see there Southeast Melbourne really want to keep that second spot. But if they lose tonight, the Kings would jump them. So this is a massive game, Joe.
It certainly is. We've already talked about him off the top. Kendrick Davis, he has been an absolute star for the Sydney Kings. Just how important is he to this team?
No, he's massive. He's been massive in their run, and he's massive for what they've got to do the back end of this season if they want to win. The way he's played, how he's gone about it, it truly is now right, finding the balance of scorer, passer, and just a leader.
Yeah, I think that's where he's really excelled, what Jason's saying there. You could see a little bit at the beginning of the year, it was maybe one out, but those last 6 or 7 games, it's been very much distributing, scoring when the team needs it, and doing whatever is necessary to get the win, and I expect nothing different tonight.
And what about Nathan Sobey? I feel like he's a fine wine. He's also one of the most determined players I think I've ever come across.
No, he's always been very, very good with his body, Sobes, and it's no sign that he's playing great basketball because he works hard at it, and he works hard away from the game. And it's honestly just great to see how he's playing to this level, but also what it's done for Southeast. They've all followed it, and it's leading to wins.
This is worth the price of admission. Make no mistake about it, Bryce Cotton is the best player in the league. But these two, Kendrick Davis and Nathan Sobey, are 2 and 3 for sure, and I love watching them play.
So that answers my next question. Are these two in your first NBL All-Team?
100%. I think Bryce is obviously the leader, and right behind them in the MVP discussions are these two. The way they've played, how they've gone about it, but also they're leading their team to victories, and I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, that's the key for me, what Jason said. They're leading, and they're leading well. They're not just scoring 30 or 25 and no one else gets touches. They're leading on the offensive end, they're diving on the floors, they're doing everything that's needed, and tonight will be no different.
One of the other stars on the court tonight will be Ian Clark. He's played a couple of games for the Phoenix now, back in Kudos Bank Arena against his former team. Can he do for the Phoenix what he did for the Kings and lead them to a championship?
It would not surprise me at all, and it would not surprise me if he rolled in here tonight and felt very much at home. He did great things on this floor, and I think he'd be excited to be back here.
He is an absolute baller. That's the best way I can put it. I felt he's just trying to feel his rhythm the last few games to Southeast. He would love nothing better in this venue versus this team to knock the shots down and put the Kings to the sword.
We cannot wait for it. Time to hand you over to Matty Russell for the starting fives.
Brilliantly done, Joe. Looking forward to this one. Fourth against second. Gorgian against King. Davis against Sobey. The starting five for the Sydney Kings with so many constants through it. Dellavedova, Davis, Cooks, Suarez, but Malawatch starts for only the second time this season. No ball qual with that knee injury. Kwatnoi returned from illness though. As for Southeast Melbourne, you can see they are unchanged. Sobey, Foxwell, John Brown III, Wes Awundu, Geordie Hunter. Sobey, Brown and Hunter are the three Phoenix players to start every single game this season. Likewise, Davis, Cooks, Suarez for the Kings. What a way to wrap up round 15. Kudos Bank Arena on a Monday night. Good crowd in as well. Dellavedova to Xavier Cooks to say Sydney will score first. In a rich scoring run, Xavier Cooks. Last five, he's gone 27, 14, 21, 20, and 11. And the answer straight away, a 3-ball from Southeast Melbourne.
Positive start for both teams. Obviously, Zave's such a big part as he scores again off a nice pass from Suarez. But also Sobes, big part of what he's going to win tonight is going to come off the back of those two guys.
Sobey fresh from that 31-point game. Averaging 22 points per game this season. So Davis and Sobey, the scoring weapons in each team, of which there are many. Foxwell shouldn't be discounted either.
Well, two of the best defensive teams in the league, no question, but that's 4 easy baskets right now. Teams are just feeling each other out, and you'll start to feel the presence and the physicality set in soon.
Here's Malawatch outside for Suarez, likes the corner shot. That one is over the top of the hole. Southeast Melbourne sitting second, 14-7. Their away record, 7-4. As Hunter fires inaccurately, so already had more road wins this season, the Phoenix, than last season. Likewise, Sydney, they have had as many home wins already this season as last season. The Kings 13-8, 7-3 at home. They're on a 5-game winning streak at Kudos Bank Arena, which means these seats are only going to fill more and more in the weeks to come because Sydney loves a winner, Brad Rose.
They certainly do, and you can see there Jordan Hunter shot the 3 and he missed, but don't think he will not shoot another one. This guy is shooting 45% from the 3-point line and playing outstanding basketball this year.
Sobey again. That one's off the mark. Rebound captured by Foxwell, back to Sobey. Owen Foxwell into trouble. The ball spills free. Brown can't score.
Well, Foxwell's down. He's hurt his wrist and he's stayed down at the moment. He is screaming in pain at the moment.
The other end, it's 5-on-4, and the foul is deliberately forthcoming from Brown on Malawatch. Realising Owen Foxwell is down in back play. Here's the tumble again. Was there a foul for all of that for Owen Foxwell?
I'm not sure if he got caught on the feet, to be honest. I was looking at his hand there, and he's certainly in a lot of pain down the end of the bench there. I'm sure Joe will get on it. And Dellavedova gets the and one.
Definitely bouncing back to scoring form in that most recent outing. 15 points. It's his equal season high for Delhi. And that loss to Adelaide, 15 points on 6 of 18, including 3 triples. But really, it's his assists that have helped him shine again for Sydney, or again in the league, this time for Sydney. Comes into this outing having thrown up 17 assists across his last 4 games, Jason Kadee, with only 1 turnover.
No, it's something Delhi's become known for, not only in the NBL, but across the world. In his whole career, even when I remember playing with Delhi as a youngster with the AOS and the junior Australian team, he was always just great at making decisions and also just making the right play at the right time for the right people.
Davis, this excitement machine in form, a crowd favourite quickly in Sydney, Kendrick Davis.
Well, very uncharacteristic baskets coming here with two teams, as I said, renowned for their defense, giving up layups here.
Awundu.
And they're going to call an offensive foul here.
Yeah, where's Awundu into Kendrick Davis? So fresh from the Davis bucket, he turns to D and draws the offensive foul.
Look, he definitely expended his right arm there, but I think Kendrick put a little bit of sauce on that, Jace.
Just trying to prove who's the bigger guy on the block, I think he was there.
Well, the good news is Foxwell's back, so he's had the magic sponge, and he's all good to go.
Kendrick Davis has had his three-ball dry up a little in the last couple of games, but he has been to 20 points or more often, and there is Suarez cutting baseline and finding a way.
Great offense by Sydney as we see the Amy replay here. And you'll see this back screen that Kendrick sets on Geordie Hunter. Just no talk and gives Suarez an open bucket. But if you're Southeast, you'd be concerned at the ease of some of these baskets they're giving up. Just simple layups, simple threes. It's really not the start to a game like this you'd want as Geordie goes to work down low.
Championship winning former King, Geordie Hunter, got the offensive board and scored. That last bucket by Sydney resulted in a delay of game warning for them, so they'll need to be tidy in that area as Malawatch enjoys the starting role. Fresh from 10 points on 4 of 9 against the 36ers. Sydney off that loss against Adelaide to snap a 6-game winning streak. Sobey. Foul will be called on Malawatch. While Sydney carry good form into this game, so too Southeast Melbourne. They've won 4 of their last 5, the exception of a 3-point loss to Tasmania. And their most recent scalp Cairns, 111-96. On the back of only 5 turnovers from Southeast.
Loving this chat between the coaches and the referees. You can't challenge every call, and he says, yes, you can, just get it right as Jordan Hunter misses a shot.
Goodbye play in the background. Davis to Suarez again, to Duntu. Timeout called by Josh King as the Sydney Kings go ahead 15-7.
Oh, and that's the point. I mean, it's great offense, and this is a great pass by Kendrick, left hand down the lane. As you see, you throw it here, just great eyesight to get it off. But Southeast, just the ease of what they're giving up right now, Josh King will not be happy with.
Brian Goorjian has quite the coaching assignment tonight, keeping a lid on Nathan Sobey, fresh from a 31-point game, averaging 22 points per game this season.
So their number 1 guy, Nathan Sobey, he's been brilliant. You've taken him to the Olympics, you won a bronze medal with him, you know him really well. How are you going to stop him?
I think it's momentum, trying to and matchups, trying to get as much as you can, pick him up as early as you can, and then defending him on balls is a really big thing. But in full credit to him, I think everybody's talking about he's playing better basketball than when we won the medal, and everyone thought he was at the tail end of his career then. So what a credit to a guy that now at 35 years old is playing the best basketball of his career. It's quite amazing.
And it's not just scoring, Brad Rosen. He's fresh from a equal career-high 10 assists against the Taipans.
Yeah, they need to go through him now. Offensively, I think that's where they're really struggling. It's against the muscle at the moment, and then the Kings are just getting the ball. And like you said, Jace, the defensive transition for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix has just been really poor, but I feel it's coming from their offense, and they just need to slow down. That's probably not one that's going to do it, except the 3 is good.
Geordie Hunter reminds us of that elite 3-point percentage. The big man. Joe Healy, over to you.
Well, Josh King will be a little happier with that going in, but he wasn't happy in that last timeout, that's for sure. He said, we are doing whatever they want. Wake up, guys. We cannot just lay down here. It is simply not good enough.
Geordie Hunter goes to 38 of 83 three-pointers, so 45%. A part of his arsenal, the 3-ball. Here's Owen Foxwell over that wrist scare, and that's a tough runner for Owen Foxwell.
And an instant response out of the timeout. Now, we weren't in that timeout, but I can imagine what was said. But they've just come out and just weathered the storm a little bit. And the thing about how Southeast want to defend, they want to get up and in, and they want to get after you. It's a great play by Sobey to help defender.
Well, there's to your point, Jace, exactly what you're saying there. Just by getting up and in, that just caused Suarez to be unsettled with that, and it's a turnover, and that's the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix we're used to.
Josh King called that timeout at 15-7. Since then, a 5-0 run to Southeast. That's the way elite teams come out of timeouts like that, Jace.
And that's what you'd want as a coach too. You want to feel that response from your group. And in a game like this is a big game. You get the chance to give yourself a win and a team you're fighting with potentially second, first spot, a loss.
Yeah.
It's almost a double win for you at this point of the season.
So that foul is called on the floor. It'll be a Southeast Melbourne baseline inbound, Brad.
Well, I know we talk about John Brown III a lot, but I have to be honest, I don't think he gets anywhere near enough credit for what he does for this team. The defense, the energy, just crashing the offensive glass. He is a huge key, Jace, of what this team is and their DNA.
You know who he reminds me of, Brad? And these are guys that you would remember, your Dylan Bouchers, your Nick Viconis, your Anthony Petrie's, guys that made the game around you so much easier, but they don't get talked about because they don't average 30 points a game.
Yeah, good point.
This man does. It gets plenty of chat as a result. Kendrick Davis goes to 4 points for the game. John Brown III out of Jacksonville, Florida. First year in the NBL. Here's Nathan Sobey. The jumper falls for 2. Sobey to 5 points.
Look at this pressure. This is where Phoenix are great. Up the court, you now look at the clock, they'll get it over just at the 16-second mark. Now they've got to play some offense, only with limited time.
Davis pulls up at the elbow, shot misses. Rebound Suarez for Kwatnoi to fill it up for 3.
The pace right now is high.
And elite.
And they go back to Kwatnoi. Double figures in 4 of his last 5. Here he is, going it alone, putting a move on Brown, but he misses at the rim. The Kings by 4. Outside Wes Awundu catches the rim, rebound Brown, back to Awundu. One of the NBA stars in this Southeast Melbourne lineup. They can't score. And now Davis draws the foul. He's going to the line for 2. Here are just a few elements that Sydney will have to counter tonight, men. Southeast Melbourne first in the league for points scored, for assists per game, for points scored in the final quarter where they do well. First for offensive rebounds, first for steals, and first for three-point makes. There's a lot working under Josh King aside from just their defensive resolve.
Well, we know he's going to win now, Jace. There you go. It's easy.
A couple of famous faces in the crowd.
Oh, look at that. Lord Botham.
Sir Ian Botham and Sir, we'll make him Sir, Merv Hughes.
What about the legends there? Jack Heverin. Look at him on the left there. God. He's come, obviously, we're at the cricket today.
He's pointing up those 2 tonight. Something for both those men today. Joe Root 160, England 384, and of course Travis Head 91 not out overnight as Australia responded with 2 for 166. Great
what
to see
would you give to go out with those 2 tonight?
Well, we'll ask Jack all about it.
Wow. Wow.
Jack's not sitting there by coincidence, mate. He said he'll plan the whole night out for everyone. Basketball first.
Great to see him at the game.
Merv would be a 5-man. What about Beefy? Where would he slot into your starting 5?
Yeah, he'd be a good 4.
I think he'd fancy himself.
Step out, shoot the 3.
I was going to say he looks like a pick and pop guy.
Here's Kwatnoi. He can fire the 3 ball, but not on that occasion.
Also in basketball, I reckon, as well too, Jason.
So Daniel Foster out there for Southeast Melbourne as Sobey goes from a long way outside. 3 more, Nathan Sobey.
Jesus, playing good basketball. We spoke about him in the before, but just the way he's playing with the poise he's playing with is probably the difference in Sobes now than what you saw 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. He's 3 or 4 shooting tonight. Tyler Robertson has been efficient as well. But there's a miss as Foster pushes the pace. Foster's a 24-year-old Melbourne man out of the Uni of Nevada, where he spent 5 years. Angus Glover
Jason, I just want to elaborate on that because you better than anyone know Nathan Sobey, played with Nathan Sobey. Look, he's always been good, but why do we look at him now and just go, you've just gone to another level? Where do you think it's come from?
Well, I think a lot of the time people give him a bit of slack for some of the shot choices he takes. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you can't be a good and offensive player without copping some flack with the shots you take. Because that's just how it works. You've got to be aggressive. And even people used to say alongside me, some of the shots you take, but us as a group, we knew that. And we asked that of Sobes. So it's actually on us a little bit of it. As Suarez comes with a great defensive play as Ian Clark checks in.
Fantastic rejection. Suarez finished by Kendrick Davis at the other end.
But back to Sobes, I just think he's playing at a level where he's also really comfortable with where he's at.
And he's called on Noi, Jace.
His group around him has actually bought into that, and they're built around it perfectly.
Yeah. Well, you have a look at this. Great block there, and have a look at this finish. Kendrick Davis with the left. Beautiful.
Davis to 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting. The NBL app is your perfect basketball companion. Tailored news, stats, content from every game. Download the app from the App Store or Google Play now. Scan that QR code. Also, Josh King always busy courtside. His team improving this season under King, the man from Hammond, Indiana. Bruce. The Kings by 3 inside the final 2 of the first quarter. Noi working baseline on Foster with 1 to come. Tough play, Quat Noi.
Well, they missed him last game. He wasn't able to play against Adelaide. It was just another scorer, but just a physicality down low. Something he's really improved on in the last season or two is to be able to do that. He's always been the knockdown 3 shooter, but he's really been good this year down there.
Noi missed that loss to Adelaide for Sydney with illness, but returns tonight. No ball qual still after that knee injury early in the Adelaide game. How does Sydney perform without their most important defensive piece? Malik Lewis, the fake to beat Dellavedova. Nothing fake about the 3-ball, bottom of the net.
No, that's nice from Malik, and that's probably the next stage of his game as Jalen comes back and says, here's another one for you, and it is absolutely up and down here tonight. But Malik's next stage for him as a next star is the 3 and D, and I think that's his evolution, and he's actually shooting the ball way better this year compared to what he did last.
Yeah, agreed.
Clark.
That is just beautiful.
Great run.
It looks like the game slows down for him. It was a beautiful up plate, nice little runner. That is Ian Clark, all class.
Sean Bruce forced into a tough shot. It was almost a prayer. Someone was listening, someone answered, and Sean Bruce to the line. He'd been scoreless in his last 2 games. There's a way to get on the board today.
Chase, we were talking about how great these defensive teams are, both of them. 32-26, and we've still got a bit to go in the first quarter. The pace of this game is electric.
I was about to ask, Brad, who do you think this pace suits right now?
Over a 40-minute game, I'm going to say the Kings. I feel that they will be better with Kendrick. And I appreciate the silence that you're not sure if you agree.
It's favouring them right now with them up by 6, make it 7.
Well, honestly, who do you think? Do you think
I actually don't know, because Southeast like playing at this up-tempo, but against, to your point, against the Sydney team with the Kendrick Davis at the point guard, over the course of 40, does it wear them out, or do they just keep getting better as the game goes on?
What's Sydney's lead at quarter time? Foxwell goes outside. Geordie Hunter trims it by 3.
Wow, he is just so improved. That 3-point shot has made him elite.
Jalen Galloway had Glover getting his drill in time. Good work from Angus. Foxwell for Phoenix. Guarded by Malawatch. Shot clock, 5 seconds inside the game clock. Foxwell goes it alone off the glass. So Sydney's advantage back to 2 is now the runner from Bruce. Hits the mark. What a way to go to quarter time. Sean Bruce. A big finish to the first quarter from Sean. He scores Sydney's last 5 points and the Kings lead it by 4. We have a shootout in Sydney tonight and it's the Kings with their noses in front.
Welcome back to the Hungry Jacks NBL. It's the Kings leading the Phoenix by 4 points. The pace on court is electric. The crowd is electric. Guys, this is turning into a cracker like we expected.
Absolutely is, Joe. Kendrick Davis, Geordie Hunter, Nathan Sobey with 8 points each to share the scoring lead. Rebounds in favour of South East Melbourne, 11-7 on the back of 5-1 on the offensive boards front. There's a miss from the land of plenty for Geordie Hunter after he started so impressively from out there. Ooh, concern for Xavier Cooks.
White zero, hold. Go back.
I think he just landed on John Brown's foot there. They're painful ones. I don't want to watch his, Brad. That's on you.
No, he's good. He's good. The replay might be square, but he's... Well, I thought he was going to be good, but he's hobbled straight back to the bench. But
it's a bad roll. Yeah. Look, hopefully he's all right. He just got that first few minutes, but he's going straight into the locker room. Joe will be all over that, of course.
So skipping his way to the locker room at the northern end of the stadium. Kendrick Davis leaves the arena. Dellavedova enters, drops 2, and can go to the line for 1 more.
Well, this is just ordinary defense from Phoenix. There's a bit of pushing and shoving going on right now.
Relax. Good? We're going to talk about it now. All right, Tony. With the white, this side. Nico, this side, yeah.
Okay, so the teams have been separated, and our referees Michael Aylen, Nico Fernandez and Travis Stewart will meet.
Well, from that, it just looked like it was Tim Suarez and John Brown. I didn't see much in that.
Short! This side, short! Over here. Separate. White. White. This side. So, from my perspective, team launches the ball in the direction of Brown. That means to take. For me, around the technical ground. You want me to do the play? Yes. Okay. You play center? Yeah, on the scaffold, there's nothing magic like major, but
During the spell for Suarez has the ball in his hand and throws it towards Brown, which beats the pace. And from my perspective, he wants to take the foul. Yes, exactly. So,
from what we can hear there, I actually think that's a fair assessment. Let's not overcomplicate this. It's a big game. Suarez here walks towards John Brown. Bit of a reaction. And then as here, I think what he was getting to, once Suarez gets the ball, he lobs it back towards Brown.
I'm with you, but I don't agree. I just think there's nothing in that as minor, but you're right. You know, against the letter of the law.
I don't know whether he even intentionally pushed the ball towards Brown. It bounced off his fingertips.
Points count. 121. Hold. Behaviour warning.
Cool with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great refereeing.
So behaviour warnings given to both teams.
Yeah, that's good.
And it will be as we originally called. Delhi at the line. The 2 count. Used to go to 6 points for the game. Dellavedova, who misses. Noi can't collect, and Ian Clark comes away with South East Melbourne. So it'll be the bounce ball for Hunter again.
Simple game basketball. Nice screen and roll. Sobey making the right decision. Jordan Hunter continues on his merry way, and he will be called for the foul there. Jace, I think the thing that I wanted to make a point here, in the first quarter, the Sydney Kings in the paint had 22 points to Phoenix's 12. Make that 24 with Delhi's last shot, and they're shooting at 67%. To me, that's the defensive transition. It's been quite awful from Phoenix.
And we've seen this the last few games, Brad. They've made a real intent to be in the paint. Less threes and more in the paint. As Foxy goes and makes a nice move there. But it's like they want to be in the paint more and live in the paint, and I think that's the way they've played. They've come out and tried to really beat teams down over the course of 40 minutes.
Foxwell to 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting. This fantastic season just continues for Owen Foxwell. Kwatnoi finds an opening, leaves the shot short. Suarez, his rebound picked up by Dellavedova. Now Malawatch has his pocket picked by Geordie Hunter. And Awundu. Southeast Melbourne setting up, and Foxwell did the hard work but couldn't finish. Gack trying to guard Sean Bruce, who's having quite the game. 7 points now. Back to my earlier fact, he hadn't scored in the last couple, but when he's given time, Sean Bruce, all that experience comes to the fore.
And that's what we said last game, Brad. It's such a luxury to have a guy like that there if you need him and when you need him.
Yeah.
And he's showing it right now exactly why.
Awundu shoots over the top of Malawatch. Yeah, Sean Bruce in his 14th season, in his 7th at Sydney. As we've mentioned this season already, last year's player at the Kings, and their club person of the year named after Laurie Watterson, Brad.
Yeah, Laurie has been around the club for years. It's a great award, and Sean was definitely well deserved of that award. He just got a flop warning there as well, so that's the first official warning for the Kings. So if another one happens, it's a tech foul.
A few good names on that lad.
Isn't
on
there?
that list, Brad?
Isn't there? You're on there, I'm guessing.
Misses Rosen and Kadia there. Noi couldn't finish close to the hole, and Sobey's off and running. Shot missed. On Aketchalir. Now Malawatch forces the foul on Sobey. Quatch Malawatch to the line. The second meeting between these teams, men, earlier, October 23, way back round 6. Late October, it was the Phoenix 112.95, but boy, Sydney have come a long way since then. They meet again February 8. It's a top 4 affair tonight. Sydney 4 looking to continue their climb. Southeast Melbourne in second and looking to lock down a semi-final position. Ali brought to the bench by Josh King. DJ Mitchell out there.
Yeah, just checked into the game. He's one of those guys that can be quite electric if he gets going, but also can make mistakes, Jace.
Yeah, I played with DJ, and he's a bit of an enigma in a way because he's a bigger body four, but he's got the skills of a guard. So finding that balance, and I think for them, they've kind of looked at, he's someone that can bring them different things at different times.
Averaging 7 minutes per game, 4 points per game at a modest shooting clip. Only double figures once this season. That was 14 against United, round 11. He's off a 1-point game against Kansas. Ian Clark fires unsuccessfully. Owundu gets the rebound and draws the foul.
Well, the Kings just weren't ready for that out-of-bounds play, and that was pretty poor on them. And Ian Clark's just shot the three, and then they crashed the glass. So
they're actually complaining, Brad. They said there was 6 guys on the floor, but Sobes was subbing out of what's happening.
The Ignite Cup, we know it's coming quickly next month, February 22, but who is going to play in it? New Zealand, Adelaide, Perth, even Brisbane, Southeast Melbourne, who are in action tonight, and Melbourne with 2 games to come, are contenders. We'll come back to that because...
Yeah, Brian Goorjian's absolutely furious, and now he's been given a tech foul. He is saying Sobey's on the court. Have a look at him in the top right here, and there's the argument. The ball's getting thrown in, and he's still on the court, and the defender for the Kings is thinking he's still there. That is a very unfair call for Brian Goorjian to get a tech foul.
It's one of the most annoying tech fouls, I think, in the game, and it's both sides of the thing, but when there's a play that happens where the referees might be at fault, to then get a tech off the back of it, it's almost like a double mistake to me.
If it's any consolation, Owundu missed one of the free throws. Tyler Robertson couldn't burn past Clark, uses the screen provided by Suarez, covering plenty of territory. Robertson before Jalen Galloway drives to the backboard.
He's a guy I'm looking to right now. Bull Cole out for who knows how long. They haven't come out with what his injury is, but I think Jalen's someone who now there has to be minutes for him and consistent minutes.
Well, we know it's a knee, but we don't know how serious for Bull Cole. And where's Owundu? Threw that up looking for the foul call. It was taken by Mitchell, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Look, just want to show this defensive set here. So you see, they dribble baseline, and watch it go to Galloway here. Look at the help defense, allows middle. That is very ordinary defense for a good defensive team. You have to be there, and on the weak side, which in that instance was Clark, you've got to meet him.
So DJ Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell at the line, makes the first. 2 years of Brisbane Bullets, now in his first year at Southeast Melbourne. So Mitchell on the board with 2 freebies. And again, Robertson looks to push the pace. Glover goes with him. And we'll go the other way. Offensive foul.
Hunter Goodrick there just sealing Geordie Hunter. And I've got to ask you, Brad, until today I'd never seen Geordie Hunter and Hunter Goodrick in the same room. And if I hadn't here today, boys, I might have been confused who was who.
So, wow, doing the prep for this game, Geordie Hunter and Hunter Goodrick. Yes, as a play-by-play commentator, you need to be alert not to call Geordie Goodrick and Hunter. There's good work from Glover. Roberts again. And the fumble by Galloway. Turnover, Ian Clark. Kendrick Davis could do nothing to stop Ian Clark. A little run from the Phoenix, and we're back on level terms.
Great defense by Owundi here. He did not let Kendrick Davis get the ball, and that just caused Jalen Galloway to have a second thought. Good quick up here, and then that man knows how to finish.
So South East Melbourne fighting hard. Sydney threatening to build a significant lead each time. It's a timeout or a change made by Josh King. A real chess match at Kudos Bank Arena. Teams 4 and 2nd in the league. I don't know whether we have a Bay 13 at Kudos Bank Arena, but the crowd loves this bloke anyway, Joe Healy.
They certainly do. Matty Russell, I've got Aussie cricket great Merv Hughes with me. You're obviously here for the 5th Ashes Test. Day 2 today. How's it been going?
It's been going very well. So here with the Triple M guys, doing a bit of commentating with them, but Travis Head was in superb form today and Australia's slightly in front.
Now, are you a basketball fan? What have you made of this so far?
Mate, I'm just saying, I don't reckon I've been to an NBL game for maybe 30 years. It's just amazing. It's great to watch just the speed of the game and the skills of the players. And for a non-contact sport, there's a lot of contact.
We've got 2 cricket legends here, yourself and Ian, both of them. You're also sat with a basketball royalty and Jack Heverin there. I hope he's treating you all right.
Yeah, Jackie's been great. So, he does a bit of the commentary work around the place, and he's set up tonight, so I really appreciate it. To come out and watch this, it's fantastic.
Well, it's great to have you here. Enjoy the rest of it, and good luck for the rest of the Ashes.
Cheers, Joe. Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Good on you, Joe. Thank you, Merv. Merv just put all those beers on Jack's tab. He'd love that.
When I grow up, I want to be Jack Heverin.
He's quite Noi to Hunter Goodrick off the glass.
How good is Merv Hughes? He is just an Australian icon. Absolutely love him.
How good are both of them? Ian, Beefy, both of them. Always welcome down under. Placey has made his second home. Clark's shot jumps out, and the foul will be called there on the Sydney Kings.
I'm okay with that foul now. I think that might be 2 shots, so on that side of it, it's not so good because that's the 15th foul for them, and it is called as shooting on the rebound. But I like him crashing.
Both teams in the bonus with 5 minutes to go is going to be a big part to the second part of this quarter, just because when you are now and how aggressive both teams are being, could swing either way.
Yeah, and this is where I would look to get probably Sobey back in quite soon, because he is one of those guys that can make contact and get to the free throw line and get him going more than he's already going at the moment.
Robertson misses the first free throw, his first of the evening. And the second. Geordie Hunter picks up the loose ball, and Angus Glover finds Clark. DJ Mitchell can't find the hole. Now Kendrick pulls up from outside, splashes 3, and goes to 11 points for the game. He leads Sydney scoring again. He and Geordie Hunter, the only men in double figures. Clark for Wes Owundi. His shot rims away for a Davis rebound. Kendrick again pushing the pace. Noy gets the big stride going and walks.
Well, that's better defensive transition from South East Melbourne. They were able to find their locations, discuss it, talk, and that forced into a travel. So well done, South East Melbourne.
So Sydney on record to raise the half century with minutes still to play in the half. They've won their last 6 when scoring 80 plus. Well, at this pace, they're going to race past 80 for the game. Where's Owundi? In Geordie Hunter into it. Mismatch for Hunter on Robertson. Spin, hook shot, divine.
That's great by Geordie, just the patience, and he has not fallen in love, but he's shooting a 3 ball at a great percentage, so it's easy to fall in love with. But that right there, that's what you want to see from your big fella.
Runner from Robertson off the mark. Owundi picks up the loose ball. Glover stalking beyond the perimeter. Mitchell from the same location comes away with 3.
And that's the bit I'm talking about, DJ. I mean, he's not scared. Like, he just missed a 3. It doesn't matter. He knows what he's in there for and knocks it down. And that's the enigma you're talking about, Jace.
100%, and that's also what he does real well. When he first came out, one of the things he could do was shoot the basketball.
Here's Kendrick Davis working on Glover. Coming away with 2 more. He makes it look so easy. Getting hotter by the minute, Kendrick Davis. Glover. Sydney will be keen to keep Angus cool. He's done some damage on them already this season.
Well, here they go, Phoenix. 7 of 16 from the three-point line at the moment. And they are starting to rock and roll at 51 points.
2.5 minutes before the break. Sydney down by 1 now against South East Melbourne.
And interesting, I think they went to call a challenge and he called the timeout and he's gone back to ask his staff and they've said, no, don't challenge. So it's almost like he's used a timeout and decided not to challenge.
You could just have it anyway.
The Reebok influencer seats always full here at the Sydney Kings. We've got Kuzi, a lifestyle and culture creator known for his soccer coaching skills, among much more. Samantha Yerman, freelance presenter and co-host of the Sydney FC podcast, and Grace Preston, a digital creator. So great to have Kuzi, Sam and Grace in those cherished, pumped by Reebok influencer seats.
Wearing some Reeboks right now. Very comfortable casual shoe, I tell ya.
Oh, Jace is getting a box or two coming his way.
I thought you'd tell us what undies you were wearing.
I've got Step 1s on too, eh?
Yeah,
look after the sponsors, but no, the Reeboks I've got on.
Jace, appreciate that.
Mate, if I could get your size, I can look after you. The boss is in the house tonight. We can go and ask him down there on the baseline.
Joe, I'm glad you've been able to drag yourself away from Merv Hughes.
Oh, what an absolute legend. It's great to see the cricketers here supporting the basketball and taking it all in. Just a quick update on the Sydney Kings. I spoke to Xavier Cooks briefly. He's sitting on the bike, just keeping his ankle warm. He seems to be okay. He said maybe he'll be back out there, but I have a feeling we will see him back out at some point in this second half.
Good to hear, Joe. Thank you. Geordie Hunter misses another 3-ball.
Wow, again, DJ Mitchell crashes the offensive glass. Doing a great job for good minutes.
Not only do South East Melbourne have to overcome the Kings today, they've got to overcome their record in Sydney. Yes, against the Kings, they are 5 and 16. Tough matchup for them in their existence in the NBL, but here in Sydney, they're 2 and 8. Only 2 wins in 10 outings at Kudos Bank Arena. And this is their first trip here this season.
Well, South East got 20 rebounds to the Kings, 16 so far, but 8 offensive rebounds. Big effort to really start to crash the glass.
Had a big advantage offensively when it came to rebounding after the first quarter, 5-1. $53-50 in favour of South East. Dellavedova and Davis. Been impressed the way they've been able to share the floor, work the floor together. KD pulls up for 2 more. Josh King explodes courtside. He didn't like that. Here's a Wundu. And then from behind, blocked. Suarez being an aerial obstacle for South East Melbourne.
I think Wes Awundu is really an X factor for this group as they get down. Just his length, his want to defend, and then offensively, whatever he can give them is an extra layer to, especially now when you bring in Ian Clark.
Suarez with 2 blocks for the game now. Owen Foxwell gets past Tyler Robertson, gets to the backboard, and gets 2 more. 10 for the game, double figures again, Owen. Davis. Trying to draw the foul from Awundu. Now Dellavedova to Tyler Robertson. Bang goes Tyler. Ball ball movement works for the Sydney Kings. Locked up again. We've got a beauty unfolding here to wrap up round 15 of Hungry Jack's NBL. Hunter finding DJ Mitchell. Suarez was in his road. The putback off the mark. It's Suarez denying the Phoenix. Malawatch. Well, Suarez couldn't take the rebound. Dellavedova could, and then Davis fills it up. Kendrick sends Sydney back in front by 3.
This game is elite. Players are crashing the glass, shooting the ball. 63%. It's Hunt!
Nails the 3.
And Hunter hits the 3.
Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It is raining points for the team in green and the men in purple. It's great to watch, unless you're the Sydney Kings coach right there.
Well, let me tell you, Jordan Hunter, he loves nothing else better than beating the Sydney Kings. He did not like leaving this team. It didn't work out. He couldn't stay. He went down to Phoenix. He's been dynamite for them. And right now, 15 points. He is loving life here.
He spent 4 years as a King, Brad, including the 2023 championship. And the crowd remembers him. And he's made a play with a 4-point play. Michael Allen just giving Josh King another warning on the run. I think the quote was, if the question is inflammatory, it doesn't need to happen. Southeast Melbourne by 1. Dying seconds of the first half. Southeast Melbourne should get another shot. Kendrick Davis playing for the foul and finishing with points. Sydney have 60 in the first half. Glover pulls up, misses, rebound Robertson, and it is the home team who will head to halftime with a lead, albeit the narrowest one possible. Let's listen in to Brian Goorjian and Michael Allen mid-court.
He wasn't playing the game. And that play, he was leaving the floor, costing him what I saw. So just remind him he's on 1 technical. Just remind Brian he's on 1 technical. I don't want to send him out. You're screaming at me to call another one on the way up the floor. Control your behaviour.
Wow, Michael Allen, as Brian Goorjian went back to him about that Sobey incident earlier in the first half. Andrew Bogut had to be peacekeeper. Joe, we're eating into your time. Over to you.
Yeah, thanks. I've got Kendrick Davis with me. KD, it's intense out there. It's fast-paced. What's working for you guys?
Nothing really. We exchanging buckets right now, so that's not how we gonna win. We got to get stops. We battling some adversity right now. We have Bull go out, Kelly out, LePepe, Spurge, now Egg. So it's gonna take a team effort, but we got to get stops.
What's going to be the message from Brian Goorjian in the locker room?
They got 60 points on our home floor at halftime. That's not our basketball. Yeah, we got to get organized defensively. Yeah, and I know it's going to be all defense.
Good luck for the rest of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, it's second versus fourth. They're here at Kudos Bank Arena, and it is living up to the hype. Stay with us. Plenty more when we come back. It's halftime here at Kudos Bank Arena, and it has been a fiery encounter so far. The Sydney Kings leading the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix by the slimmest of margins, 60 to 59. Joe Healy, Jace Kadee, Brad Rosen. Guys, I mean, that play from Geordie Hunter was impressive, but this has just been a fantastic game altogether.
It's been play after play after play. Every time you think someone gets a bit of a break, someone else makes a big play, and it just goes back and forth. And I think this is a sign of really great basketball at a big time of the year.
I'm just looking at the field goals, shots there. How many shots teams have made? Phoenix have shot 47 shots for the game. It's outrageous. The pace is huge. This is just two fantastic teams playing basketball.
We've got the best seats in the house. Now, Kendrick Davis told me before the break that nothing is working for them, but I beg to differ at the offensive end. He is so impressive.
I'm guessing he was definitely only talking about defense, because he's been sublime offensively, and so have the Sydney Kings. And I think it's a sign for the second half. Can they carry on with this? Because both teams' pace and the way they're playing offensively is at a high level.
Well, Jace asked me before, if they stay at this pace, who is it better? I did say the Sydney Kings, but I'm questioning myself now. Both of these teams are the best defensive teams, but what I'm finding is they're obviously pushing themselves so hard at training that these guys are comfortable to play in this type of physicality and this pace, because this is how they train every day. It's elite basketball.
If you're Josh King inside the Phoenix locker room right now, what are you saying to try and slow this guy down?
I just think you've got to make more of a crowd. You can't let Kendrick play in space. When he gets to do that, he can pick and choose where and what he wants to take. And he's so talented offensively that you just have to take something away. And so I think for that, it's crowd him, make plays. Let's live with him passing to certain people.
Completely agree. And when he gives it up, don't let him get it back, because once he gets it back, that mid-range game is one of the best mid-range games I've seen. He is so elite with that, and really, you can't guard it once he gets it, so don't let him get it.
We saw Xavier Cooks go down with that ankle injury in the second quarter. This is the vision now. I spoke to him, and he said he was all right. I think we will see him back out there, but that would be a big loss.
Massive loss, especially for their group and what he does. But I think if we don't see him to start this half, I'd be surprised if he's coming back, because normally when you do an ankle, you want to keep it warm, and he didn't come back in that stretch.
I was just about to say that. I don't think he will come back. Yes, if we see him, I agree, but I know he's on the bike and everything, but you're so right. If that thing cools down, you don't go, and you got to remember, yes, it's a big game, but there's plenty left, and you don't want to rough that man, rush him back at all, get it right.
Yeah, one to watch, that's for sure. We have a big Ignite Cup game coming up on Wednesday night. Melbourne United taking on the Cairns Taipans. Guys, what stands out to you for that one?
Well, United need to get their season back on track, because right now they're really just struggling to find form, and Cairns are trying to get their group together and find some wins. So we're watching two groups who are desperate for a win.
I say it, and I've been saying it all along. I'm not too worried about Melbourne. They're one of those teams that can play like that and they'll get going. And I look at the ladder now, and you can see them both at the bottom there, but the question is, when are they going to get going? And I'm expecting them to turn that key very soon. I think it'll happen the other night.
That game also being played in Bendigo, so wonderful to see the NBL getting out and about. Stay with us here at Kudos Bank Arena. We have a massive second half coming up. It's the Sydney Kings leading Southeast Melbourne by a single point.
like that jersey. Look at these guys, cool as cucumbers. They can't believe they got selected. Hello there, we see you, wait for us. All right, well done, and take a look at that basketball, $10. Thanks to Kmart.
Keep active and improve your game with the Hoops Capital Summer School Holiday Camps. Multiple days available in January at Hoops Capital East Park. Perfect for all skill levels. Scan the QR code on the big screen now to book your spot. Today's stats are proudly brought to you by Remark. Investments out to perform, that's Remark. The Sydney Kings would like to thank RWS Global, who deliver our fans an epic game day experience. RWS Global is the world leader in developing groundbreaking live experiences across entertainment and sports. Visit rwsglobal.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at the big screen. Coming up, Sunday, 25th of January, it's the doubleheader.
Here we go. Come on, little Ozzy. You're good. Hands out, Ozzy. Hands out, Ozzy. Good. 4 total closeouts. Let's get a good step back shot. Boom, get to the shooter. Good. Keep him left to catch. Good shot. Boom, 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 boom. All right, good. Talk here. Talk out your spot. Let's go. DJ stays wide. Sobi out. No chest pass. Hey, make sure we're sharp. Last one, guys. Last one, no matter what. Good.
What an arrival Josh King has made as an NBL coach. He is 30-17 since taking over at Southeast Melbourne, a winning percentage of 63%. His team within 1 of Sydney at halftime here, the Kings 60-59. Let's get to an injured King, a man who had a hamstring complaint last season, sadly picked up an ACL injury pre-season this year. Kelly Leopepe, great to have you on the headset. What was the talk in the dressing room at halftime, Kelly?
Oh, just the defense, you know, they've got a lot of easy buckets. We're just going to lock up, pick and roll defense, improve that, and yeah, we should be good.
Kelly, tell us about the development of your team since these teams last met in October. Southeast Melbourne, yes, they're top 2, but boy, the Kings look like they've come a fair way. How is it through your eyes?
Yeah, we've had a good stint at this point in the season. We've really figured some things out. It hurts having Bull out, but we're doing good. Our defense has been really good, and it's helping the offense. So,
As one big man, what have you made of the emergence of Hunter Goodrick this season?
Oh man, he's someone you want to go to war with. You know, he's selfless, he's relentless, and yeah, it's a physical man right there.
Kelly, it's Brad. I've just got to ask you, you look like you want to get on the court every single time. The smiling, the hands, the gestures. You so badly miss this, don't you?
Yeah, I do, man. It's tough, but yeah, I'll support the boys, whatever, so yeah.
Well, it's been a good game so far. You know, Kelly, every time I say your surname, I get Raz for pronouncing it incorrectly, but it is Kelly Leopepe, isn't it?
Leopepe, yeah.
There you go, Kelly Leopepe. We look forward to seeing you back on the court in no time at all. Sorry, it's another injury reason that we're talking to you, but we'll see you back in no time. Good on you.
Thank you.
Kelly Leopepe there.
And let's make no mistake, they miss him.
Absolutely.
Now, I know they're playing well, but wow, he is such a big impact. The strength of that man.
I'm not going to compare careers in any way because Kelly has a long way to go, but watching him on court, his physicality, I think of Mika Vakona. Built strong, played strong.
See, I think of Vlahov.
There you go.
Yeah, just another big strength. Just so good.
I just want to interrupt you boys because you are talking about a great player, but I do want to bring notice. Zave hasn't come back out.
Good point.
And we spoke at halftime about if he didn't come back, I think that's him done. And I'm going to guess that that's not great. And they're going to just say, well, hang on a second. Like you said, Brad, it's not worth testing today.
Forced out of the game with 4 points with an ankle injury as Dellavedova comes away early, first possession post half-time. Remember, no ball qual either. So 2 of their starting 5 now not playing the rest of this contest. Bull Qual with that knee injury picked up against Adelaide. Xavier with the ankle complaint. picked up in the first half here. Brown gets to the backboard and scores.
Well, see, that's where they do miss save, because obviously Hunter can shoot the three, so they got Suarez out on that. Now they can get the roll, and there's really not that big blocker like a Xavier Cooks down low.
Davis gives it up for Dellavedova. Out for Jalen Galloway to drop the three. A lot for Josh King to like, despite the fact his team trailed by 1 at half-time. They're 10-3 over Sydney offensive rebounds. Had only 2 turnovers in the first half. Geordie Hunter, 16 points. Owen Foxwell, 10.
He's been so crafty today. I know he misses that layup and the foul we called on Delhi. But he's so crafty. You've guarded him, Jace. What's it like?
I just think his pace, and I think he started to figure out a bit of change of pace too. Obviously, he's been shooting the 3-ball well. And I always say to young guards coming through, the better you shoot it, the better you can play at your own pace, because you can play fast or slow.
Brown leaves his shot short. Before we leave, Owen Foxwell is in his 5th season of NBL, all at South East Melbourne. Why has this year been so good for him, Jace? His numbers, 11.5 points per game at 41%, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Had a nice 3-ball at times. Why has this been such a breakout season for him?
I think it just flows off the back of last year. If you remember last year, they kind of got to a point where they ended up just starting Owen and rolling with it. And so I think he's rolled into this year with this belief that he belongs as a starter, as Malowitz gets another cheap basket on a back cut. But I think he just believes he's a starter, and he's rolled in, Matty, with this confidence of, I actually am a starter in this league, and that's why I am starting.
Back-to-back scores of 17 before he came here tonight. And he's on track to go past 17 this evening with 10 in the first half. There's a Wundu.
I'm not sure if this is just elite offense or really bad defense, but both teams are getting to the hoop at will.
Jalen Galloway, high off the glass unsuccessfully. Foxwell off and running. Sobey finishes with the left hand. With 1 to come, Nathan Sobey.
When he gets to his left hand, I know he's a right-hander, but we used to speak about it, and when we were with Brisbane, we used to run plays, we see the Amy replay. But when he gets to his left hand, he's just elite getting downhill, and he finishes so well with his left hand that it's just such a strength of his, and especially as a right-hander, being able to go left makes such a difference.
Only played 10 minutes in the first half, had 8 points on 3 of 5, so not sure if they were resting him for the second half, but yeah, he looks like he's ready to go.
At 35, he's the 4th oldest player in the league, but he's playing very much in his prime. The former Taipan, the former Adelaide 36er, the former Brisbane Bullet, now a 2nd-year South East Melbourne Phoenix star. Nathan Sobey. Long may it continue as Dellavedova, another veteran, goes off the glass.
Oh, Delhi and John Brown really having some words here, and they're up and in. Still talking.
There's a Wundu into Dellavedova. Offensive foul. A Wundu call for South East.
It's getting chippy, boys. This is what we want to see.
Well, as soon as he got the charge call there, Delhi jumped up, had some words for John Brown, who just walked away. But look at here. The whole way down, Delhi was talking to him. Watch him jump up here, and he has a few words for him.
I'm trying to keep you in the game here, Del.
And he just walks away, John Brown. Love it.
And I think where this has started is they've actually come out with no Xavier, no Bull, and they've put Delhi in the 4 spot. He's defending in the 4, and offensively, if you watch, he's actually playing the trail spot, which is normally where their 4-man plays with Sydney.
Malowitz, important role for the Kings tonight in the absence of Bull Qual. And he pulls up and heads back outside the circle. A Wundu. And Suarez. Spotted Malowitz on the move. It's off Sydney. It'll go to South East Melbourne.
Going back to Sobes for too, Matty, we spoke about him earlier, but just how well he's playing at this age, it's just not a surprise. The way he trains, and for years I've watched him and how hard he worked. It's no surprise at all that he's sitting here now playing such good basketball at 35.
2017, it was the league's most improved. 2021, all NBL firsts. Is he all NBL firsts again this year?
I think he will be right there, mate, alongside Bryce, and Kendrick Davis will be there with him too.
There you go.
21, though, it looked better because he was getting all the passes from me, so that helped him.
Olympic bronze medalist in Tokyo, part of that famous team, Nathan Sobey. As the points continue to flow. Just recapping that first half, Sydney's biggest lead 8, Southeast biggest lead 3.
Gosh!
Aerial spectacular in Sydney. McQuatch, Malawatch.
Wow, look at this. Great outbound, great outlet, and Jordan Hunter, Malawatch goes up and throws it on him.
No thought for the landing, just the takeoff and collision. And then the ground shook as two big bodies hit the pine.
Oh my.
Wow. That could well be the dunk of the year.
I have so much respect for Geordie going after that. And he knows the athlete Malawatch be, but geez, that's a big dunk. And he misses the free throw after all that adrenaline.
You can excuse him for the missed free throw. His world must still be spinning.
Now the Phoenix.
71-69. Hasn't this game given us plenty? Bit of drama. An injury setback for Sydney. Spectacular dunks. Nip and tuck the whole way. Two top 4 would-be champions going at it as Geordie Hunter gets a pass at the rim and tucks it home.
Brad, he's got to dunk that. You've got to dunk that after the last play. Come on, get one back.
Kwatnoi, he loses the ball.
Good defense, John Brown.
I think Kwatnoi had his eyes on a dunk as well there. It's Sobey goes off the glass. Tough bucket. How hard is that, Jace, to be moving at that speed but finish with that soft touch close to the rack?
Especially going left, it's a skill that is one you, as the physicality is really picked up in this game. But going left and finishing with that right-hand floater, it is a shot I actually like doing because it's awkward, and if you can find it...
You were a master at it, and you got the foul as well. You were brilliant the way you lead in on.
I was about to say it's one you could draw contact out of and fade away. So, but no, Soap did it really well. Then he just jumps a bit higher than what I did.
Sean Bruce spotting Malawatch on the move baseline.
Yeah, Hunter's not going up for that one. Just there, he was like, I'll let you have that.
He might have actually blocked that one if he
Sobey again. Gives it plenty of air. And the landing he was after. Sobey to 15 points.
Well, you just got to keep going back to him now. The on-ball screen is really working. The step-back 3. Everything's working for both teams.
Except Kwatnoi's 3-ball momentarily. He's 1 of 4 from outside. Glover. Brown picks up the scraps, feeds Geordie Hunter, who then fed Glover. He'll say it was a pass.
He pointed at him and said, there's your assist, mate, but he shot that. They better mark that down.
Well, give that to John Brown, the third. He was able to get the offensive rebound. Oh, good block there.
Foxwell.
Finish it. That's their 14th offensive rebound for the Phoenix. They're really hurting the Kings with that.
Phoenix by 3. Geordie Hunter again leaves this one short. And it will be called.
That's brilliant by John Brown the third. That is brilliant.
Southeast Melbourne ball.
I got 2 back.
And this, for me, I know shot selection right now and the way these teams are playing, but the last 2 shots by Geordie, they're the ones as the 5. You just don't need to rush. Especially the way they've been playing the shots they're getting. They've built up a lead here off the back of how they've played this first 5.5 minutes.
Well, I think Josh King agrees with you. He's made a substitution and taken him out.
Mitchell for Sobey, and Nathan Sobey just can't miss. He's gone to 18. He's 4 of 6 from outside, and he's threatening to drag Sydney into the gutter for a real scrap here. Southeast Melbourne by 6 now. There's the foul call on Owen Foxwell. We build it as the Kendrick Davis v Nathan Sobey show. Davis has 20 points, having missed only 1 of his 9 shots. Sobey has 18, having missed only 2 of his 9 shots.
Yeah, but Sobey's got 10 this quarter and Kendrick's got 0. So that man right there has come to play, leading them to a 22-15 so far in the third quarter.
Kendrick will shoot back saying, Brad, I'm just timing my run.
And they take him out.
Sean Bruce for Sydney. It was off southeast Melbourne. It fell for Matthew Dellavedova, and he misses the three. Sobey rebound. They're off and running. Now Glover puts it on the floor, spots an opening, and burns his way to 2 more points.
Well, that's off the bat of a really good defensive set by Phoenix. Look how they're getting here. They're switching. They're getting hand on ball.
Glover to 9 points. They've got plenty of contributors again, don't they, Joe Healy?
They certainly do. It's physical out there, guys. Now, Jace, you mentioned it a little earlier. This is almost like a double points game for the winner. Interestingly, Brian Goorjian and Josh King both spoke in the lead up to this one, saying it would be a good test and a gauge for where they are on the ladder come the pointy end of the season. If you're Melbourne United and the Adelaide 36ers, the other teams in the top 4, what are you thinking watching this one right now?
I think they're all at the same point, especially when they play each other. You want to see where you're at as a group, but you also want to give someone else a loss, because ultimately what they're all trying to fight for, if you're Adelaide right now, guess where you want to finish? First. Yeah. And if you're one of these other teams, how do we get into first or second so that we have home court advantage in the finals, because it's a big time to get that advantage?
I think it's fair to say that these two in Adelaide are really the form teams at the moment. Top 3. I know we've spoken about Melbourne, they'll come good, but right now, these 3 teams are elite.
Dellavedova 3 of 4 at the line, 11 points for the game. Malik Lewis for Angus Glover. He was a long, long way outside, but he knows this floor like the back of his hand. A back-to-back Sydney Championship winner. He's back home and dropping the 3 balls. Now Noi. This is good quality NBL men.
Amazing basketball. Glad they didn't call a charge or a foul on that one. Felt it was a little bit of a flop.
Mitchell can't miss either.
Well, that is their 10th three-pointer. Sorry, make that their 13th. Apologies. They are shooting really well.
And when I asked you earlier in the game, Brad, I wasn't actually setting you up when I said the pace of play. But just watching how I just felt like they came in with this idea that even though we're down 5 or 6, we don't believe Sydney can stay with this pace. And listen, Xavier Cook's going down affects that, but it just felt like that was the way they want to play, and they believe they can win these games playing that way.
From down by 1 at halftime, it's now Southeast Melbourne by 10.
Well, there's Xavier Cooks there. You can see no shoe on. And that is not a good sign.
Quat misses his first at the line. Their free throw shooting was poor in that loss against Adelaide, 8 of 15. Combined with poor 3-point shooting, 7 of 28.
And Jace, just as you're saying that, the issue I've got now is I'm just not sure where they're going to get their scores from outside of Kendrick. And you can, obviously with Phoenix, the way they can play defense, they're so good at this on ball. They're just getting wide open looks, knocking it down. It's fantastic.
He can't miss now, Brad.
And that's what he can do. I know we spoke about him earlier, but DJ, the one thing he's got is a fluent jump shot. And as a 4-man, when you figure out how to just play off everyone else, as Delhi makes his way to the Bucks too. But if you can play off other people as the 4-man in our league, you can really make good plays and get great shots.
DJ Mitchell to 13 points. His season high is 14, round 11 against Melbourne in the throwdown. Clark the miss. Bruce gets the rebounds. Noi forces the foul on Ian Clark.
Tough one. Good closeout because you know it's Quat Noi, but you send him to the line now with what is a foul that you didn't want.
It's Australia's biggest basketball culture lifestyle festival. It's Hoops Fest, and it's all in one city. Perth, the great state of WA, January 15 to 18. Head to NBL.com.au or scan that QR code to get your tickets to get involved in Hoops Fest. Great celebration of the fantastic sport of basketball.
they've just made some substitutions here. Look at this team. You could argue there's 4 point guards on here for the Sydney Kings. They've all played point guard at some stage.
Brad, they are 4 point
Yeah,
guards.
yeah. With Potnoy in the 5.
That is some on-floor 5, isn't it? For the Sydney Kings as Foxwell brings South East Melbourne into the front court.
And I think what you'll see Sydney here is they'll try and switch everything offensively.
Kendrick Davis, super efficient tonight on 20 points. Can he go to 23? You bet you he can. 3 from 3 from outside. 23 for the game on 9 of 10.
Big shot.
And the difference is back to 5. Angus Glover rattles 3 through.
It's a great action.
Yeah, great action, but you just said it, Jace. You've got to switch everything. There's no need to fight through any screens. It's not going to affect anything. Just switch it all.
Both teams shooting the 3-ball, Jace, at 50%.
No, I just think this game has been high quality and the offense has led that. But this is where John Brown in amongst this group and the difference in right now the groups. John Brown being your 5, he's going to make, as Tyler Robertson calls a charge, but John Brown's going to make plays as the 5 that helps them offensively tick over and get good shots and find good looks.
Here's the chess pieces now. You just look at the foul here. Yeah, good defense. Feet set, takes it on the chest. Definite offensive foul, but Jordan Hunter steps back in now.
South East Melbourne trying to go 2-0 against Sydney this season before they meet the third and final time of the regular season on February 8th. A bit on the line when they're head-to-head next time. Here's Dellavedova backing down Glover and scoring. Delhi up to 15, so back-to-back games of 15 points for Matthew Dellavedova. Back from that infection that cut him down mid-season.
Yeah, more importantly in this game, though, it's from 6 of 7 shots as Glover will miss that. Sorry, as Foxwell misses that. The game the other night, you could just feel Delhi was trying to get in 18 shots for those 15 points.
That's what he's 5 assists already to Delhi. The Kings within 6. Closing in on three-quarter time. It was Sydney by 1 at the big break. Kendrick Davis on 23 points. Is he about to have the final say of the quarter? Kendrick Davis puts it up and drops 3 more. He casually jogs back to the bench saying, stay cool, boys. I got ya. It's a 3-point game. What a barn burner in Sydney. Kudos Bank Arena is erupting. Kendrick Davis and the Kings are going nowhere. We've got a thrilling 4th quarter right after this.
Look, our biggest problem is Delhi and Brown.
So let's kick it off.
Sydney. Right here, right now. I know you're with them. When I say whose house, you say our house. Whose house? Whose house?
Welcome back to the Hungry Jacks NBL. It's the Phoenix are leading the Sydney Kings by 3 points at three-quarter time. Now, mental health is really important to talk about all year round, especially this time of year. I'm here with Kevin White, former Sydney King, I want to say Wildcat, Illawarra Hawk, and 36er for a hot minute too. You're here with Talk to Me Bro. I love these t-shirts. Talk to me about the organisation.
Yeah, Talk to Me Bro is a not-for-profit organisation. Started from loss and serviced over 125,000 face-to-face interactions with men, women and children across Australia. So very passionate about it, and probably more so now that I've retired and moved into this space. It's an unbelievable initiative and I'm just grateful to be here.
It's mental health round in the WNBL. You guys are partnered with Hoops Capital. It's the same umbrella as the Sydney Kings. How important is it that you've been able to partner with the basketball organisation?
It's just unreal. Like, for me, coming through, we didn't really have sports psychs, we didn't really have any of that. So to be able to partner with Hoops Capital, work with the men and women's teams, not only that, the organisation has us working with the staff and then also working with members and fans, because at the end of the day, what we want as an organisation is to reduce the suicide rate to zero, and we can't do that without working with the people that pay their hard-earned money to be here. So we're just grateful for the opportunity, and we love what the Kings and this organisation's about.
Now, one of your teammates on a bit of a lighter note is in commentary with us, Jace Kadee. Have you got any tea that you can spill?
Jace, he probably caused half my mental health issues. But the main message we just want to get out there is it's a rough patch, not a rough life, and it does take a lot to have a hard conversation. But for anyone out there, just check in on your mate, because we know that conversations save lives. So it's a rough patch, not a rough life. Remember that and check in on your loved ones.
Well said, Kev. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Joe, and appreciate it.
Back to you guys.
Good on you, Joe. Thank you, Kev White, as the scores here are locked up. Yeah, it's a rough patch, not a rough life. What a wonderful slogan. Talktomebro.org.au, the 2 being the digit. Talktomebro.org.au. Kevin White, fantastic basketballer, great fella, doing wonderful work. And Jace Kadee, sounds like you've been quite the menace over the years.
When he said all those things, he meant the good parts. Because there's no doubt, if he wants to really talk, Kev brought me more trouble than I brought him.
We've got the best 2 defensive teams on 95 apiece.
Yeah,
we know that 2 of the best attacking players are on the floor in Sobey and Davis, but we didn't expect them to let the points flow like they are tonight so far.
Completely agree. Look, just want to talk about Kev White. As someone who finished his career, I did struggle after I finished. I wasn't sure. The mental health was not great. And thank God I had family and loved ones around me to get through that. And it is tough when you've been a professional athlete and you've been told this is where you've got to be every minute of every day and this is your training. Then all of a sudden you've got to grow up and you've got to go out. You've got to go out and work and earn money and be with your family. And like I said, thank God for the loved ones around me. And as he said, just check in on your friends, your family, your loved ones, and what a great job they are doing.
Talktomebro.org.au. Thanks, Kev White, and to everyone at Talk to Me Bro, just one of many mental health organisations that thankfully are doing great work. As Kawhi finds his range from outside again. He missed a couple earlier in the game from up close. So in this quarter, Tyler Robertson, Kwatnoi bursting into life beyond the perimeter, and Sydney back in front by 1. Crowd making some noise in what is turning out to be one of the games of the season. Where's Owundu? Can't score. Brown gets the rebound. Geordie Hunter says, I'll score for you. I'll fill it up for 3 more. They've got 100 on the board, the Phoenix.
The shift actually has changed. I know we laughed about a little bit the 4-point guards, but this is where the shift has changed in the game, because Sydney are now playing at a quicker pace with 5 shooters around the court.
Well, it was only a matter of time until Jordan hit it. You know his shooting percentage has been great, but I cannot give John Brown III more kudos for what he is doing in this venue tonight. He has not stopped, and he is killing it on the offensive glass. He's got 4 out of Phoenix's 17.
Dellavedova scrapping close to the rack and retreating, having raised the century for the Sydney Kings. We've got Merv Hughes and Ian Botham in the house. Both teams score centuries in honour of our esteemed visitors. There's Foxwell for Brown to go. And timeout is called. A tangerine timeout and a much-needed breather for all involved. It's the Phoenix 102, the Kings 100. What an explosion to start the fourth quarter, Brad Rosen. Yeah, a scoring explosion to start this fourth quarter.
Unbelievable. I just cannot believe what I'm seeing. And I'm looking here and I'm seeing the Kings, well, I think their highest score for the year was 119. It looks like that's going to be shot.
Against Cairns.
Right, and then Phoenix against the Hawks are 116. So with 7 minutes to go, they're both going to be blown out of the water.
And I bet you both those games were blowouts too. It's very rare you get to this situation. 102-100 with 7 minutes to go.
Well, to be fair, that game that the Kings got 119, they won by 42.
Yep.
So that's and the Phoenix won, they won by 40. So you're right.
You're right. Both coaches walking overtime or working overtime. Josh King, Mark Worthington nominated him as Coach of the Year this week. And of course, at the other end of the floor, you've got a 6-time Coach of the Year. So King, Gorgian, just one of the matchups. 102-100. Both these teams on track for their highest scores of the season. Sydney, 119 against Cairns. Southeast Melbourne, 116 against Illawarra. And as you mentioned a moment ago, both of those massive totals came in big wins. So we're not looking at a big win necessarily today, despite the big totals.
No, but look at that three-point shootout. It's really between Sobey and Bryce to finish this off.
When's the last time you saw a Mitsubishi three-point shoot ladder without Chris Golding on it?
Yeah.
It looks weird.
Still a long way to go in the season.
There is.
He'll be there in 3 weeks.
Brad, you were just high in your praise of John Brown. Joe, I might go to you for something more on John Brown III.
Josh King spoke this week about the impact that he's having on their team. He said, whoever John Brown is guarding, it's advantage us. King said, no offence to whoever that is and however talented they are, but JB is just that good of a defensive anchor for this team. So echoing those sentiments, Brad Rosen.
Yeah, and I love what Jason said before. Just one of those players like the Mick at the Konas and like these guys in our league that are just warriors and just make your team better, and that's him.
Kendrick Davis forces a foul on Southeast Melbourne. Well, Jace Kadee, it was only a season or two ago that you were involved in high-scoring games like this one. What's it like for a player individually when both teams are running hot and piling on big totals? Is it infectious individually? Does it help you shoot the ball any differently, any more effectively?
I'm sorry, I've got Sove yelling at me about something that's going on here as you're talking to me. But no, I think it does. And it's a flowing from your group. When your group's flowing, it feels like shots are a little easier. And then you also have this in the back of your mind, especially as you get older, know video might be a bit rough because it's going to have a lot of defensive clips, even though the offense is good.
Look, for me now, there's just under 7 minutes to go. The Phoenix have been a better fourth quarter team this season. And if I go the other night when the Kings played Adelaide, I felt it was a little bit of one out, whether it be Kendrick or whether it be Delhi. The question is, have the Kings learned from that? And what are they going to do in this 6 minutes so that it's not the one out? Because you know the Phoenix, they finish well. So it's really game on right here, and who can play the possession game really well for the last 6.5 minutes.
Glover, nice pass for DJ Mitchell, who dropped it cold. And then the foul from Wes Awundu. So Awundu picks up his fourth it is. So he goes to 4 fouls, and you'd imagine he'd go to the bench or not.
No, I'd leave him. They've got enough there on the bench. They've got Jordan sitting there if they need it. Like you said before, JC's length, he's good. It helps him.
Watnoy with 3 fouls for Sydney, the only man on that number or above. Davis. For Tyler Robinson to step into a 3-ball and miss, but Bruce makes sure the Kings keep possession. Locked together at 102 until The seas parted for Kendrick Davis.
What was quick?
Just fast. But what I was about to say, what this group's done for KD is actually given him more space because they're switching a lot, which I think is in KD's favour. When teams switch, you can take advantage of it.
Now Angus Glover, his shot short. He hit the deck appealing for a foul. No love from the referees. Davis to 30 points. His season high 38, his career high 39. McQuatch, Malawat plays tough. Not for the first time tonight. He's given us one of the highlights of the season with a monster dunk earlier on. And his coach will be happy if those sort of highlights continue in the fourth quarter.
Well, you have a look at the Amy Mee play here. He's finishing really well. This guy is having a wow of a season so far. Best season he's had. He's been with Melbourne United, 22-23, and then with the Kings the last three. He's averaging just under 6 points a game, minimal minutes, but he is playing great basketball.
You know who'd be proud of this game? The Harlem Globetrotters, and they're coming to a city near you. This is your only chance to be part of the Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour across Australia and New Zealand. Get your tickets now. Scan that QR code. Head to NBL.com.au as well. The 100-year tour. June, July this year. In the meantime, it's Southeast Melbourne on tour in Sydney. And fighting hard, down 106-102.
This is, sorry, I was just going to say, this is where I love watching coaches coach in-game. I think it's a dying art. That man right there has just lost arguably one of his best players, lost him after 3 or 4 minutes of the game. So they've just had to adjust. They've just had to change their game plan. So now they've gone with 4, some would say 5 guards on the court because that's what we've got to do now. And they adjust. And like you said, Jace, it's 5 out, Kendrick go to work. It's a great job from the coaching staff.
There's no scenario Brian Goorjian hasn't seen in 854 games, including repeatedly Nathan Sobey burning his team.
And that's probably one thing Southeast's gone away from in the bit of the chaos that this 4-guard lineup's created. They've started playing faster, but not at the pace that suits them. They're playing at a pace that now suits the other team. I know that sounds weird when they're both playing so fast, but it's not to what they want to do.
Davis and the foul.
Good D, DJ Mitchell. It's been called an offensive foul on Kendrick Davis for the hold, or the grab, I should say. From the angle we look here, look at his left arm. Grabs it here, right there, and that's a good call.
And he knew it, Kendrick Davis. He was asked by the bench about a challenge. He received a nice cold response. He knew he'd come up with a hook. Now Glover shoots successfully. Bucket waved away. He put a foot out of bounds. That hurts.
Coach killer.
Even more of a coach killer when you make it too.
It would have sent the Phoenix back in front.
I know we've said it multiple times, but what a basketball game we're watching.
This deserves overtime. If any game does, this one is it.
We had 22 lead changes to 3/4 time and more since then. So this time Kendrick Davis draws the foul rather than conceding one.
And that time DJ was just too late. And as a big, if you're late to the on-ball, you can't make up with it by being over-aggressive, especially against someone like Kendrick Davis.
Southeast Melbourne don't have any more fouls to give. Sydney have 1 to give. They're still a long way from home here. Robertson to Bruce. Kank in the corner. Sean can't finish. Quatnoy, big rebound. He couldn't score. And Owen Foxwell off and running. Glover running the lane. Brown gets the rebound. Mitchell outside. Owen Foxwell, no. This crowd riding every pass, every play.
It feels like a playoff game. This feels exactly what playoff games are.
Tyler Robertson, defensive breakdown, Southeast Melbourne. Josh King frustrated with that. Lord Botham loved it.
I
I reckon Beefy's cheering Sydney and moves all over southeast Melbourne. DJ Mitchell never looked like missing. They are running red hot, both teams across the floor. It's 108 on 108. And then Malawatch goes into Nathan Sobey, who concedes the foul.
That was an interesting foul because he looked like he wanted to foul him there.
I think he slipped.
Oh, okay, right.
I think he slipped and it put him in the fourth.
Sobey's fourth. What do you do with Sobey? Let it roll?
Yeah, you got to ride it. Look, just here, is it? Oh, right there, yeah.
His back foot slips and it kind of propels him forward.
Yeah, with 3 minutes to go, Matty, he's too good. You can't not let that. And he's good enough to know that.
And with scores level.
Yeah.
Malawatch goes to 13 points for the game, 5 of 6 from the field. He's 3 of 5 at the line. He started for only the second time this season in the absence of Bull Quoll. Sydney also losing Xavier Cooks to an ankle injury. Yet here they are leading southeast Melbourne by 1. Both teams in good form, both teams living up to the hype as Sobey lets rip with a 3. And Davis gets the rebound. Now Malawatch! Twice in the one night! It's the Malawatch dunking show. A dunk contest where Malawatch is the only entrant and the only winner this evening.
Well, here it is again. Look at this. 1, 2 dribbles. Hello, Kudos Bank Arena, he says.
Oh. Did you know he had hops like he's shown us tonight, Jace Kadee?
I did, because if you go back to when he first got noticed, NBL 1 for Darwin, he got on the fast break and he absolutely posterized someone, and that was the first time I really learnt what he was about, and now we're seeing it here tonight.
Was Matty Flynn from Illawarra coaching that team, the Darwin Sultans?
He sure was.
Did a great job up there. That's right, that was a famous dunk, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's one of the biggest ones we've seen.
NBL 1. Kwatnoi, give him a good look, can't finish though. And now Tyler Robertson tried to keep possession. The referees will meet about that.
I have no information from behind hands from the ball. I have no information.
Jump ball.
Jump ball, that way.
Good decision, all 3 referees. Oh, from that angle, though, I would have thought that's Phoenix.
So possession arrow with Sydney. Malawatch trying to show us a bit more subtlety with that touch. Touches only the iron. Scores level. Just under 2.5 to play. Sobey consecutive misses. Brown gets the rebound. Can't finish. Robertson, defensive board. Now Tyler Robertson at the other end. The crowd was ready to explode. Sobey made sure of the rebounds. Glover couldn't get away from Davis, and there's a foul called. 2 shots coming for southeast Melbourne.
Well, I first thought on that dunk from Malawatch, I thought, could that be the turning point? But I'll tell you, the Phoenix, they just keep coming. They find a way, Jace.
John Brown III, man, he just pops up, and we keep talking about him, but the more I watch him, and you're out a little bit longer than I am, Brad, of playing, but he's someone you watch and you go, I wish I got to play alongside that guy.
So true.
Glover misses the first. They're all big free throws here. So Kendrick Davis just given his 4th personal as well. And Glover makes the back end. So there are some big pieces in both teams nursing 4 fouls, including this man Davis and his opposite, Nathan Sobey for southeast Melbourne. Kendrick pulls up the line outside. Kwatnoi likes it, doesn't finish. Foxwell.
And that's his 5th.
And 1 to come. And the foul will be called on Kendrick Davis, who'll be forced out of the game unless there's a successful challenge.
I think I'd challenge that just for the sake of it.
He still does have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, but no, they're not going to challenge it. They're obviously looked at the video.
Big moment there. Kendrick Davis with 30 points on 11 of 13, including all 4 from outside, has to sit for the last 99 seconds of the game.
And would you look who's at it again?
This guy's like, that is their 20th. They've got 20 offensive rebounds and only 22 defense. Unbelievable.
They have smashed Sydney on the offensive boards. And they will challenge now.
They're going to challenge that offensive rebound. I think that is called a foul. They're going to challenge it.
If they are correct, does it go to a jump ball?
I think it will because the fact that no one's got possession of the ball at that time the foul is called.
Mid-court jump ball.
That's a foul.
Yeah.
We don't need to review that anymore.
An easy one there for...
Hey, Andrew Gaze did this the other night, and Ghost and him were going at. He's like, it's done.
They can even say successful. I'm still adamant sitting here after that replay. It's a foul.
That was gold. That TV was gold between those two.
As it so often is. The coaching challenge unsuccessful. An easy one there. 114, 111. Kendrick Davis out of the contest down the stretch. Nathan Sobey still out there on 23 points.
Well, we've been talking about the rebounding. 42 to 33 is the rebounds, but 20 offensive rebounds where Sydney have only got 7.
And Brad, what about the assists? 23 assists for the Phoenix, 19 for the Kings.
Yeah, look, it's been a quality game. I mean, both teams are shooting the ball. Sydney Kings at 62%, Phoenix at 49%. It's been an absolute quality game. This man has been outstanding. Unfortunately for him, he misses the free throw.
This might cap off an elite game here with some hungry Jack's burgers on the way home, Brad.
The crowd knows that, Jace Cadee. They're willing this one away. And John Brown III says, no, you can go hungry, New South Wales.
Jack Cowan sitting over there might go and have a little word.
Haven't you got the goal pass, Brad?
I wish.
Here's Sean Bruce. Possession crucial here for Sydney. McQuatch, Malawatch outside. Tyler Robertson for 3. Too heavy. And the rebound won by Sean Bruce. And Dellavedova is fouled in the 3-point shots.
That is a silly foul.
It's a silly foul, but you know what, Brad? It goes back to right before that. Geordie Hunter helps in for no reason, which creates the open shot, which then goes to this play. And he just didn't need to contest like that.
Owen Foxwell picks up his 4th as well. Delhi, nerves of steel. 4-5 now at the line with 2 more still to come.
Quality game from Dellavedova. Look at this, 18 points, 7 of 8 from the field. 5 assists, 0 turnovers. That is a quality game.
So over his last 5 games now, 22 assists on 1 turnover.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Got a wet spot on the floor. If you're Southeast here now, they've gone to that play where they run the Iverson cut over the top for Sobes. I think if I was them, I'd go back to that, put the ball in his hands and let him make a play, potentially up 1.
Yep.
This free throw from Dellavedova to make it a 1-point game. Then Southeast Melbourne will bring the ball up the floor, having committed only 7 turnovers through a game this keenly fought, this close. Great ball handling from the visiting team. Pretty tidy from Sydney as well, with only 10. Foxwell for Southeast Melbourne. What a way to finish round 15. Hungry Jacks NBL. One of the games of the season. Sobey draws the foul and the shot goes. Sobey coming up big down the stretch for the Phoenix.
Well, that is his 27th point. And look at this. Good defense, just elite offense from our bronze medalist, Nathan Sobey.
The foul is on the watch.
Sorry,
Watch
25. Sorry, I said 27. That was his 25th point.
Close enough.
Yeah. He'll get there soon.
And importantly for Southeast Melbourne, Nathan Sobey, a fantastic free throw shooter. So Quatnoi out of the game with 5 fouls.
Where are you sitting?
Sobey makes it a 4-point ball game. We have had 34 lead changes in this game. Sydney want to create a 35th in the final minute. Dellavedova, as the whistle is called for a Southeast Melbourne foul. We heard the call there will go on Geordie Hunter, a holding foul.
Well, they've only got 1 timeout left here. Oh, no, they've got 2, the Phoenix.
That's not a challenge. That's actually Geordie. Doesn't need to get himself in this situation here. He's just holding, and then they wrap each other up. But it's just unnecessary where he doesn't need to be in that position with a minute left.
Yeah, you're right.
Tyler Robertson at the line. First one bounces out. He came into the game 5 of 9. He's a free throw shooter this season, makes the back end.
This is where they need you. Are you with them, Sydney? Defense!
Phoenix by 3. Final minute, seconds ticking away. The Kings craving a stop or a turnover. And there's Hunter to the rack. Geordie comes up big.
Oh, Jordan's just gone down.
So it's 5-on-4. Sydney didn't know. They went early with Sean Bruce. And it's cramp for Geordie Hunter.
Yeah, it looks like his left leg, I would say, from the way he's lying there.
The visitors by 5. Hunter back on his feet. He's saying he's good to continue. What did you think about that quick 3 as the option for Sean Bruce there, Brad?
Look, it's hard because I look at this team and I'm thinking you've got to take the best shot you can get available. I mean, they've got, no Zave, no Kendrick, no Bull Quoll, obviously, because he's been out. And then you take Quatnoi out of the game. It's 4 quality players. Where they get their scores from. So, but now you just want to run the clock, let them foul you.
Glover finds Brown. They're burning the clock here. Glover again. And finally the foul comes. Tyler Robertson.
Well, this is a massive win for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. They've come in here and in a very quality and high-scoring game.
He's 1 of 2 at the line tonight, Angus.
6 guys in double figures, shooting at 50%, 42 from the three-point line. What a game, Jace.
I feel like I've played. I might have to go. I don't even like ice baths, but I might have to maybe get the pool when I get home and just cool down and stretch a little bit.
Well, these free throws angling Southeast Melbourne in second spot to a record of 15-7. Their road record will be 8-4. That's 2 more road wins than they had last season total. And they're heading towards their 5th win in 6 starts. Josh King has a team. He has a real combination here that is very much a championship contender. 7 the difference with 17 seconds to play. A tangerine timeout call by Brian Goorjian.
I mean, just to put emphasis on this win, obviously, coming into this game, the Phoenix were 14-7 and the Kings were 13-8. Now, obviously, Kings win, they're tied. They would overtake them because their points percentage. But this is like a double win, Jace. It takes the Kings now to 13-9, but more importantly, the Phoenix go to 15-7 and secure second spot.
And we get to see the other Melbourne team on Wednesday night when the Ignite Cup brings round 16 to life. Melbourne against Cairns, and of course United with a couple of Ignite Cup games still to play. So if they can pick up maximum points against the Taipans, who knows? Straight into Thursday night basketball, Southeast Melbourne. Josh King and his men back involved again against Illawarra, who've just played the closest basketball to their championship form that we've seen all season. So Phoenix Hawks Thursday night. There's another game to look forward to.
No, and it just gets busier, but the games get more important now. It's this span of so much basketball over Christmas, New Year's. It catches up because you come out of that and all of a sudden we're in the home run to the back end of the season, and games start to mean a little bit more each and every time. The one thing out of this game too, like I think you can't take away from both teams how well they've played, but Bull Quoll and Xavier Cooks, that's for me, Sydney. I hope it's not bad for both of them, but it'd be interesting what comes out in the medical report.
Yeah, I was concerned about Bull Quoll, how he went down where there was no one around him, and that is a bit scary when you see those type of injuries when he was in Adelaide and went down.
And no news out yet. Sometimes that's
worse. Yeah.
Sydney need a miracle here. Jalen Galloway pulls up for three quickly. It's off the mark, and the rebound will fall for Phoenix. The foul there from Malawatch, so Owen Foxwell to walk the floor. It allows us to just touch on the scoring tonight. 122, 115. No, we haven't adopted the NBA's 48-minute policy. This is the highest scoring game of the season, men. Going past the previous 222 points combined, set by Illawarra against Southeast Melbourne, so there's a common factor, in round 11. That was 113 to 109. Well, they've blown that out of the water tonight. Kings, Phoenix. What a feast, what a privilege for Hoops fans tonight has been. Bruce. Seconds ticking away. Tyler Robertson will add to the tally. 124, 117. Where's Awundu? We'll walk this one out. Southeast Melbourne come to Sydney and win the highest scoring NBL game of the season. Stars across the floor for both teams. None bigger than Nathan Sobey, 26 points on 9 of 14, including 5 triples, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He is our Foot Locker player of the game. But where do you start breaking that one down, apart from saying it was bloody entertaining?
I don't know where to start, boys. That was 40 minutes of basketball, but it feels like we've been here for 4 hours of basketball, just the way they played and how hard they played, but just how impressive they both were offensively.
Yeah, I just think, 35 minutes there was just unbelievable basketball, and that man there, Foot Locker player of the game, he was brilliant. Just the last 5 minutes, you look back now and you say, the Kings just didn't have enough power coming down the stretch with losing Zave earlier and then Kendrick. But look at that ladder, that is a big win for Southeast Melbourne.
As they look to lock away a top 2 automatic semi-final position. Sydney, well, they also have designs on the top 2. That is a setback, but we should need to celebrate the Phoenix. They shot the ball at 50% from the field. Nearly 43% from the land of plenty. They crushed Sydney on the boards. Only 7 turnovers. So much to like for Josh King's team across the board. And we're back to Kudos Bank Arena to wrap it all up right after this. Hungry Jack's NBL has given us a treat this Monday night.
There's $5 for grabs, so if you're a charity, not-for-profit, sporting organization, or social club, then enter today via the QR code.
Southeast Melbourne celebrate their biggest score of the season, 124 to beat Sydney 117. 6 Phoenix Stars delivered double-figure performances. Nathan Sobey from Geordie Hunter. There was Angus Glover, John Brown, Owen Foxwell, DJ Mitchell. Stars across the floor, men. What a treat to sit here and watch that tonight, Jace Kadee.
You could go through the whole list, and I just don't think you'd find many people that played bad tonight. Everyone came to play. They all played hard, and we just watched a really, really great game of basketball as we get down the stretch.
I just see that field goal percentage, and the shooting was just phenomenal. That was everything we hoped for tonight. It was an elite game of basketball, and you can lock in John Brown for the third for Defensive Player of the Year. That was amazing.
Yeah, he was brilliant defensively. They had so much output offensively. Before the game, we said these are the best 2 defensive teams. Well, guess what? They've turned on the highest scoring game of the season. On behalf of Brad Rosen, Jace Kadee, Joe Healy, Merv Hughes, Ian Botham, and the hard-working team, it's good night from Kudos Bank Arena until Wednesday and round 16.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.